All right, let's just give it a shot. 3, 4. All right, I think I managed to squeeze in all the voicings that I want to talk about there. That's a little bit too much to play over a verse, okay? That's obvious. What I want to talk about today is some interesting chord voicings that can pep up your comping, your accompaniment playing. Starting off with very simple. Okay, that should be bread and butter for everybody, whether you're doing it with the open A string, just all blues and A. Okay, just that the thump bass. And then I'm moving up to the first inversion I want to show you. And this might be familiar to you from down here. Okay, getting that C sharp in the bottom. That gives you your first inversion chord. Okay, so that inversion leads us very smoothly to the next chord. All right. Okay, if you're not familiar with it, let me spell it out for you. C sharp on the thumb here, low note. Okay, then we got our A here, the root, the fifth here, E, and up on top our seventh here, the G. All right. And then comes our next voicing. Ready? Okay. I moved down here, but let me just show you what those are. All right, you will be accused of being too jazzy if you play those too much, but that's a cool sounding voicing right there. This one's a little jazzier, but you can sneak it in, you know, and they may not catch you. The D here on the bottom, because we just moved up from the C. All right, and then we got this diagonal kind of shape at the top. We got our seventh here, we got our ninth here, the seventh. Excuse me, that's the C, all right? The ninth off of D is E. We got an F sharp up here, that's our third. And then the root up at the top. Now if you let go of that root and you got this finger holding both of those, you're gonna get the B up at the top there, which is gonna make it into a 13th chord. And that's why that sounds so jazzy, which is cool, maybe. So anyway, I came just up from... Okay, half-step approach is always doable. Coming down from E flat to D, and that's a homework shape everybody should know, just this standard 9th chord shape. And then comes to the next voicing we're gonna learn. All right, and that's a very close voicing. It's a different chord, but you have a lot of notes that are close here between these two. All right, spells out a different chord, but that's really good voice leading. All right, so when we go from the D to the A like this, all right, then we're getting a really cool close voice leading sound. Now, let me just explain what this one is here. Root, Okay, I do a lot of thumb playing, but you can leave these roots out if you got a bass player with you. Keep that in mind. Even if you don't have the bass player, it's going to work out all right. All right, you got the 3rd here, you got the 7th here, got your 9th here, and your 5th up here. Okay, let's take this whole shape and move it up to D for a second. It's going to make a whole lot more sense. You got that whole shape up here. All right, it's diagonal, diagonal like that. Now take that sound and move it right down here. It's the same thing. That's all it is, okay? Just makes that same voicing available to you in a different shape, in a different space and shape. Okay? And it kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you can do that there too and leaves out the root. This sounds a little fuller though. Depends on where you play stuff on the guitar. Anyway, that should be somewhat of a new voicing for you. All right, before I get too windy here and keep on talking, next thing that brought us back to the A. Okay, did a quick move on the E so that we're not just sitting there. Okay, it keeps that moving up, and this shape right here is the same one I showed you down here for A before. Okay, and it's related to this one. We're just putting it to use up here. The G below the G sharp below the A. It's really just our basic first position, first inversion chord, and we're throwing in the 5th in that case here, and the 7th here. So you wind up. Okay, and then over the D I went, let's see, like this. Gives a little lift. We're moving chromatically up. That could be a little jazzy for some. And that moves us up. This one is definitely going to fit over anything. That's just very simply your D7 chord like this, an octave higher. Okay? Okay, so from there. Okay, and then back down here. Okay, that's just used a typical blues turnaround there. And that one happens to work nicely off this shape that I showed you up here for D. All right, and here. The turnaround everyone must know. All right, and you can mess around with whatever 5 chord that you wanted to throw at the end. You know, maybe make it a little bit more sober like that. Or all right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gave you some interesting new chord voicings to use, whether you're doing that in a rhythm context, in sort of a more jazzy blues kind of thing, in a slow blues it'll work really great, or pop them in there in the solo chorus when somebody's, oh, got a phone call coming in, gotta go. Thanks for joining me. Shut up! And give us the thumbs up. We'll see you next time around.